When I get excited about something, I love sharing it with you. Like these bug motels. They're easy to make. Just about everything inside of here you can find out in nature. We're going to make that right now, and I'm going to show you how, okay? All I needed was a pallet, a saw, and something to nail everything together. Now, you can use exterior wood glue. You can use nails, screws. I'm going to show you how I've done it, okay? Let's do this. So start by removing the nails. Now, in my case, I've got about 20 inches in between where the nails are. I don't need pieces quite that long for this build, so we're just going to cut them off. All right, get your stop block set up at 15.5. We're going to cut 6 pieces. All right, set your table saw at a 15-degree angle. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do this. You can just put a flat roof on, but we're going to give this a little bit of a pitch to let the roof allow water to run off. All right, you know what I'm saying? So take 2 pieces. We're going to cut them at a 15-degree. Still have my stop block there. All right, put your saw back at 0. We're going to move our stop block to 10.5. We're going to cut 3 pieces. All right. Seriously, we're almost done. Now we're going to mark where the shelves go, okay? The shelves being the little tiers here. So we obviously are going to have one on the bottom. So positioning them, that's up to you. So what I've done is take like a little speed square, and I'm going to go up 5 inches. Straight. That's going to be the bottom of my first shelf. So then coming down, actually we're going to go up. Second one, I don't know, we'll put it somewhere in here. Where's this? Not really sure. Let's measure up. What did I mark that at? Okay, it's 10 inches. Let's say 10 inches. Here's 10. Here's a square again. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just broke my pencil. Hate it when I break my pencil. Oh well. All right. So that's where shelves are going to go. Kind of like this. Okay. There. One there. Here's our bottom. All right. So now we're going to start assembly. Now I'm blessed that I have a DeWalt XR 18 gauge brad nailer. I do have a regular brad nailer. It's an old bad boy using the Menards Master Force brand. Just using it because I can. Let's start gluing it up, okay? Here, put glue above the line because the line is going to be our bottom of each shelf. Some glue. Grab a shelf on there. Watch your thumb. I'm using 1-inch brad nails. Okay. Again, bottom of the shelf on the line. Bottom of the shelf. Okay. We'll start with our bottom. Work our way up. All right. Now the other ones we had cut for the back. So they're going to go on like this. So I had to cut 4 because depending upon how wide your pieces are, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I got some left over. And that last piece, grab a different pencil here. We'll mark off what we need to cut off. Take it to the table saw, cut that off. Otherwise, if you've got a jigsaw or a skill saw, you can just cut that off. Be right back. All right, got our piece. Just run a bead. Okay. What I'm going to do is put the little guy in the middle. I'm out of ammo. Man, misfire, misfire. Slap, pull, observe, release, tap, squeeze. Dude, look at that. All right, so now we need a roof. What are we going to use for a roof? Let's see what we got around the shop. Okay, so my piece is 12 inches long. And from the back to the front, we're looking at about 4 inches. So I want something that's going to be probably 4.5, 5 inches for overhang. And then overhang left and right about a 1/2 inch, just for aesthetics and such. So we're going to cut this piece. I actually have a scrap piece of like some barn board. We're going to cut that at 13 inches. And it is 6 inches. So yeah, cut her down, show you what it looks like. All right, I had to swap out the 1 inch brad nails for 1 1/4 inch. This is about 1 inch thick. Yeah, 1 inch thick, just fine for what we're doing. So we'll lay her down. Use your eyeballs for center. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. I like that. All right, just gonna put some glue on the sides here. Generous amount on because this is more of an end grain. End grain likes to suck up the glue. Okay, lay her down. It's kind of like use your fingers to center it. Fire away. These are so cool. All right. So next thing you can do then is we're going to cut ourselves a little piece of wire mesh for here to fit, and then we'll start filling it up with some awesomeness. I've got some bits of leftover fencing from working in the garden. Hold it up to the top. And wow, I just got to cut those little wings off. Cut those little wings off, and this thing will be squared up nice. That's going to fit in there. Wow, that actually looks nice. That's going to fit in there so nice. securing the mesh to the wood, I'm just going to be using 4 nails. I'm not going to be driving them in all the way. I'm just going to put them in about halfway and then bend them over. And that way I can pry them back, move the mesh, and every couple of years, like every 2-3 years, you can pull this stuff out and replenish it. Okay? So we'll get a couple nails together and I'll show you how to fill it up. Nice. Okay, like I said, we're going to be using nails to hold these down. And we're actually going to use the nails that came out of the pallet. So, something my grandpa Harold Williamson taught me. I taught myself the eye protection, but how to straighten a nail. Then I can reuse them. This comes in handy when you want to rebuild a garage 3 times. If you know, you know. Not picking on them. Miss you, Grandpa.
There's one here, but I'm trying to make sure it's not dog poo.
You make sure it's not dog poo? Yeah, I'll make sure it's not dog poo. That's not dog poo. That's good.
Oh, it is?
No, that's not dog poo. That's good. Okay, now this is where the family can get involved and the kids can have a field day. They can love this part, okay? Find pine cones, find pine needles, okay? Go out in nature, find this stuff at a local park, you know, the pine cones. You have a tree in the backyard. Do you have some bark that's fallen off? Grab it. How about sticks? Not the band. Grab the bunch of sticks and such. Do you have lilies, tiger lilies? In the fall, the long stems dry up, and they're easy to pull out of the ground, and they're hollow when you cut them open, okay? That's stuff that you can use for these little critters to hang out in, burrow in, nest in if they nest, okay? Grab it. Get out. Do it now. Grab the stuff. Come on back, okay? Now, aside from these items, I actually do have some bamboo from a project I was going to work on. Never did. I'm also going to be throwing in some oak. I've got some scrap block oaks. Now, the depth of our project is 3 inches. So I'm going to be cutting the stems from the lilies and the sticks all at 3 inches. I'm also going to cut the bamboo at 3 inches because the bamboo is hollow. And we can stuff a little piece of wreath and this stuff inside there. And yeah, we'll fill it up. And the chunk of oak, I'm going to drill out some holes in different various sizes for different types of bees and beetles and other things that like to nest in those little holes and cavities. Yeah, let's do her.
All right, so I got this up on a block a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. Here's our block. We just got done drilling our holes in. Stick that in there. And then this is up to you guys. How do you want to do it? Have the kids jump in there and say, hey, I want the pine cones to go here. I want the wreaths to go here. I want leaves there. Have fun. This is your time. Okay? There is no perfect way. Kind of, sort of. However way you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Okay. There you go. That thing's looking pretty cool. I like that. I like that. Lay her flat. Grab some nails. These are the nails we had off that pallet. Grab my hammer. It's hammer time. Oh, oh, oh. Stop. Just stop. Never mind. Lay our mesh down. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. I like that. Okay, one down here to hold it in place. I want to bend them over so I can open this up periodically. You want to change the stuff out every couple of years so it doesn't rot. Okay, how's that looking? That's all we need. Just need 5. There it is, guys. There it is. All right, guys. So there it is. There's our bug motel. The mesh helps keep everything in. Every couple of years, you want to change it out so it's not sitting there rotting. But what about mounting it? So how are you going to hang this up? That's up to you. You could take a board like this and cut it at a 45-degree angle and create a French cleat for the back. So you put one part on the fence, on the wall, wherever. Other part on here, the interlock. You put the hooks in the back, wire in the back, however you want to do it. I've actually got a couple old shovels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mount this somewhere in here. So then I'm going to stick this out in the garden just for decoration. And then down the road, I might put a fake birdhouse or something on top. But yeah, I'm actually going to secure this to the shovel. Yeah, let's do it. All right, drilled a couple holes, countersink. Let's do this like this. So I don't lose all my stuff. Yeah, out there. Oh, yeah. All right. The moment of truth. Doo-doo-doo. That's going to be cool. Guys, that's going to be cool. That's going to be a really cool addition to the garden. Right? Let's stick it out there. Let's stick it out in the garden. I had to dig it down a little bit just so it would sit. Earth is so dry right now. Oh yeah, that's better. I like that. There it is. Open for business. Cool. I like it. That turned out pretty good. I like it. I like it. Now, the other one I got it hanging up on the other side of the house by the garden. And I have it hanging on a fence post. Now, we don't want to do any drilling into the fence posts. So what I did is just took a coat hanger, wrapped it around where the post is going to be, twisted the ends. And by going like this, I got a screw and a washer. The coat hanger, I then wrap this over the top of the fence post so that it hangs. I'll show you. This goes up and over. See? And it just hangs there. Don't have anything screwed to the post. Hangs there. Mesh keeps everything back. Now it's a couple feet off the ground. Guys, get out there. Make some cool stuff. You can do this. Guys, if I can do this, you can do this. All right? I'm Redlance. Later.